The Ural Mountains, Russia, 1959. 9 hikers set out on an expedition, young, strong, full of life. Their goal, to cross the frozen ridges of a place the locals called the Mountain of the Dead. They never made it back. What happened in that snow would become one of the most chilling mysteries of the 20th century. It's called the Dyatlov Pass Incident. 9 hikers, students and engineers, led by Igor Dyatlov. They kept journals, took photographs, laughing, singing, surviving the cold. On February 1st, they pitched their tent on a steep slope near Mount Kolatshyakal. It was their last night alive. Weeks later, rescuers found their camp. The tent was cut open from the inside. Their boots, coats, and gear were still there, untouched, but the hikers were scattered in the snow, some barefoot, some half-dressed, as if they had run into the night in terror. 2 bodies were found near a forest line, frozen beside the remnants of a fire. Others were discovered days later, buried under snow, with broken ribs, crushed skulls, yet no visible wounds on the skin. One hiker's eyes were missing, another's tongue was gone, and on some of their clothes, traces of radiation. That's when the mystery began. The Soviet investigators called it an unknown compelling force. That was their official term. But behind the curtain of the Cold War, theories spread like wildfire. Locals spoke of spirits guarding the mountain. Scientists whispered about secret weapons tests. And witnesses, miles away, claimed they saw fireballs in the sky that same night. When the reports reached Moscow, parts of the case were classified, sealed for decades. The Theory 1. The military experiment. Some believe the hikers had seen something they shouldn't have. A military test gone wrong. Cluster munitions, they said. Small bombs designed to explode mid-air, scattering dozens of smaller charges over a wide area. If the hikers witnessed such tests, they might have panicked and fled into the freezing darkness. The radiation on their clothes could have come from decommissioned weapon fragments, but officially, the Soviet Army denied ever testing weapons in that area. The Theory 2. The infrasound theory. Other experts proposed something stranger, infrasound. It's a low-frequency vibration that humans can't hear, but the body can feel. In certain wind conditions, mountains can produce infrasound waves strong enough to cause disorientation, nausea, and panic. Imagine being inside a tent at midnight, and suddenly your heart begins to race, your head spins, and you feel an overwhelming urge to flee without knowing why. Some say that's what made them cut their way out and run barefoot into the blizzard. The Theory 3. The secret agent theory. A few of the hikers had worked in technical institutes with access to state projects. Rumors say they were carrying classified film and equipment, and someone followed them into the mountains to retrieve it. There were footprints, many human, but a few that didn't match the group's shoes. And in the Soviet Union of 1959, no one questioned what the government didn't want explained. The case was closed in 1959 with no clear conclusion. Files were sealed, witnesses warned to stay silent. The final report simply said, the cause of death was an unknown force. Decades later, new forensic studies tried to explain it as a small avalanche, But the evidence didn't fit. The slope wasn't steep enough, and the tent wasn't buried. The truth remains frozen under the snow. 9 young people, 9 lives erased by something invisible. A mystery buried in ice and silence. Was it nature or the state? Madness or murder? Maybe the mountain knows, but it's not talking. File closed, for now.